So for whatever reason, I see all over Facebook and social media people worrying about their chickens and worrying that they're going to freeze during cold snaps. Now, it's understandably extremely cold right now in the Midwest. I've heard everything from 0 degrees to minus 60 with the wind chill. That's cold. But your chickens are not going to freeze, and here's why. The first reason your chickens are not going to freeze is because when the temperature drops, they're not completely stupid. They're going to huddle together if need be. Now, right now, it is about 10 degrees out here in Maine, and my girls know whether or not they need to be in the coop. Today, they say, nope, it's warm enough. We don't need to be in the coop. They're feeling good. Did you know that on average, a hen's body temperature is 105 to 107 degrees? So even if it is cold out, their body temperatures are so much warmer than ours. They're already toasty warm. So that's why on a hot day, you might see them pant, but on a cold day, they're doing just fine. If it was too cold out, they wouldn't leave the coop. And there have been many days where it's been windy and about 10 or so below. And they have not gone out of the coop because they like to stay warm and huddle together. They're a little bit smarter than people claim that they are. So another reason your chickens will not freeze is because you do not put their water inside the coop. If you put their water inside the coop, that will create condensation, and the condensation will definitely cause them to get cold and can definitely cause frostbite. When it's cold out, the chickens should definitely have access to water, but it needs to be outside the coop area. If they spill it in the bedding, it's going to create a real problem. They will get cold in that case. The other thing about their bedding is it needs to be changed often because urine and feces will create condensation as well inside the coop. And so it should be changed fairly often so that they don't get damp. So as I showed you before, this is our water tank, and it is plugged in, so it has a heating element on the inside of the tank, and it keeps the little nipples down below from freezing, so they can always have access to water. That's important in the cold or the warmth or any time, obviously. And so the other thing that I do is, another reason why your chickens will not freeze in sub-zero temperatures is because you cover the windows. So it's important to leave some ventilation so that the steam can get out from within. But we cover our window with burlap. That keeps the wind out, and so there's no wind blowing through the coop. Now the other window we have covered with plastic, and this has been a perfect combination for us. The inside of the coop stays dry and everyone is warm. When we open the coop door in the morning, you can see the warm air come out as though it's like your hot breath outside in the cold. Okay, so as far as eggs goes, sometimes the eggs will definitely freeze if it's below freezing and you haven't been checking on them often enough. The eggs will freeze, they will crack, and then they're unusable. You cannot use a cracked egg. So what you need to do is inside their nesting boxes, make sure that there's plenty of bedding, whatever kind of bedding you use. We have shavings here. We've used hay in the past and it doesn't seem to make a difference. But there should be plenty in there to keep those little eggs warm. And you also need to grab them before they sit out for too long because they will freeze. I generally like to make my girls something hot to eat on the coldest days. So today I'm gonna whip up some oatmeal. I heat it just on the stove top. Add some things like maybe some greens. I add flaxseed. I add extra protein flakes. Oh boy, I've added all kinds of things. I've added yogurt. They love it, and it's really warm, so it'll warm them up. The other thing you can do is before bedtime, give them some cracked corn, and that will speed their metabolism up trying to digest it, which will create more warmth. So kind of the last thing I wanted to mention too was if you have not purchased chickens yet, if you're looking to add to your flock, there are some breeds that do better than others. So for instance, my little cochin out here, hi Rose, come here. She is very hardy. All my cochins are very, very hardy. And also, if you can see the Dominique in the back there, she is black with white specks. She is extremely cold hardy. She has a short comb and small wattles. And the short comb is great because there's no risk of it becoming frostbite. The larger the comb, the greater risk there is of getting frostbite. The comb and the wattles are generally there to help regulate temperature, but in a cold environment, they don't need to cool off. They need to conserve their heat. So a short comb, it's compact right to her head, is perfect. Now I do have one recommendation for a chicken you should not get if you're worried about cold. These are naked neck showgirls. And generally they stay really warm because I have them here in the garage. However, if you can see their necks, she has no feathers to protect her neck. She is just as bald as they can be. And so that little bit gets very cold and they do a lot of huddling together. So that's it for me today. I just wanted to clear some things up, or do my part to clear some things up, because it's funny how you see the same question over and over again. People will ask the same thing, and maybe they're doing their research, but more than likely they're not doing research and just wanting to get an answer from people. So I just wanted to throw this out there. I hope to be back later in the week. I'm going to do another sewing video for those who like sewing. And let's see, what else? I think that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and please comment. I love to hear your comments as always. And I will talk to you soon, friends. Bye.